Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We have a lovely beach scene, but I want to read a couple of quotes which I so often like to do. Robert Wade, an Australian painter, said, "We can't compete with the camera, so don't fuss the details." And the corollary is the camera cannot compete with us because it doesn't have a heart. So, right? All right. So, here is my value sketch. My focal point is sort of these dark figures in silhouette underneath the umbrella, or one of the umbrellas. Anne-Marie, you want to mute yourself. And unlike a lot of the New England scenes we've done in the past, instead of an old barn or an old farmhouse, we've got these very modern sort of condos or hotels at the beach and palm trees instead of maple and pine trees. So all this is a little bit new for me as well. A couple things I've done differently from the source photos. I don't think I have quite as many umbrellas as the picture has. I just couldn't get into all of them. And I have eliminated one of the palm trees that I had put in during the drawing that covered over that building, and I've decided I don't want to cover that building. I kind of like the geometric feeling of that. But anyway, and you'll see the line of the dark sand I have adjusted. I didn't want it right across where the people are. So I pushed it back. I didn't want the sand going into their lunches, for the waves. So there we go. So I'm going to start, as I often do, with a graded wash in the sky. I'm going to add, instead of me painting just pure water, which I realize now on the screen you can never see. I'm just going to paint water, but slightly tinted so that you can see it. I guess, yes, can you see it? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna paint water.
Someone's not muted.
Yeah, who's not muted? I am going around these buildings, that white one there. Who was that? Can you see who's not muted?
Bing.
Can you mute them?
Yep, you can.
Oh, but then if they want to come back, I have to do something? Okay, and I also have left there's a little bit of white showing, that white building showing through over here, so, okay. Keep going. And I'm taking this pure water right down. Watch these buildings. I'm going to go right down to the horizon. I'm going to go down to that rock, that stone wall, right at the edge of the beach. And I'm also, I may as well go in the areas that I think are kind of green. But I'm going to stop at that picket fence. Okay, so now I've got a tone down there already. I'm going to have because I sense this is sort of a morning sky, I'm going to put a little bit of raw sienna right at the horizon. And it seems kind of bright, but I know, and experience tells me that it will.
Yeah.
Yes, hi, Joan.
We can't see your painting.
Okay, Joan, can you see it now?
No, I just see you and the man behind you.
Okay, let's see.
She needs to pin it.
Yeah, you need to pin my painting. In the gallery, find it and then go in the upper right and pin it. So I'm adding a little bit of ultramarine blue and cerulean. Again, it's a kind of a limpid, quiet sky. So this is going to be. And basically, I am taking this color and I'm just pulling it down with successive horizontal brush strokes. What's going on over there, Judy? I'm adding more cerulean at the bottom, or as I come down. And I'm about to. Shall I stop there, or shall I do this? Or shall I do the sand next? Or should I just stop here? Can I do the sand now, or is that going to be too much?
No.
Get the sand in. Okay. I'm going to get the sand in, and then I'll have a lot of over there in the corner. Okay, I'm going to put a little tone of color in the sand. Again, it's basically water, but I put a little color into it so you at home can see it. So I'm going to go right up underneath the umbrellas. I'm going to go right through all those people because they're all silhouetted, so I'm not going to worry about painting them. These guys right through them. Then I have put out some ephemera out here. I've got a tote bag and a sort of a canvas, like almost like something you'd take to the airlines. I've got a bag down here that I'm gonna save. Yeah. Okay, now just finishing this off. Whew, okay, I did, that was just really just a wash, and now I'm gonna put the color on, and that's gonna be raw sienna and permanent rose. And this is gonna be this kind of pinky, orangey beach color. Now I know it's on the screen, it's more like white, but I really want to inject some color into this. And I also want a feeling of a hot morning in Mexico. And so by putting these warm colors into my wash. Okay, and now basically I'm just painting over what I've previously wet. Up to there, around those umbrellas. And I'm leaving a couple things here in light. And I'm stopping right now. Okay, so I'll let you guys do the sky and the sand. You basically will cover about 2/3 of the whole painting. If you want, sometimes you make the sand a little stronger. I'm adding a little more color to the foreground and let it fade toward the background. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Time for a coffee break.
And what colors did you use on the sand?
I use permanent rose and raw sienna.
Okay, thank you. Ned, would you repeat the sand one more time?
Raw sienna and permanent rose.
Okay, thank you.
But any yellow or red could be substituted. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Right through everything.
Except up to the bags.
And then it's not a bad idea to take the color and throw it right on there.
Oh, okay.
Like you don't have to like premix it.
Never
you know,
thought- I know.
And then you can add a little more color to that. If it's looking too yellow, add a little more red. If it's looking too red, add the yellow.
Oh, awesome.
But then you're not mixing it on the palette first and homogenizing it. You're letting
It
the
gives it some
colors,
texture.
and it gives a little more vibrancy when they're mixed on the
Okay.
page.
Awesome.
And you can do it. I mean, you're a little
Yeah.
comfortable with brush strokes.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
And what can I use for rose yellow? I don't have it.
This one.
Thanks,
Oh,
Ned.
that one, okay.
This is the yellow ochre.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. And this is the pink I'm using.
Unless you used to call it baby poo.
It does look like it.
Baby poop, is that what you said?
Baby poo.
Yes.
That's funny.
And they knew it better by that name than by yellow ochre or something.
Yeah.
That's why they're kids.
You just hoped a tour wasn't coming through when you were.
Oh, this is when you were teaching and,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure they used to give you a run for your money. That's for sure.
Yeah, I kept them on their toes too, you know. I'm going to begin the next step, which will be dealing with those the buildings on the right. Before I do that, I think I'm going to do a little bit of this wall down here, just so I want to get it in so that it dries, and then I can do the umbrellas.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So, you know, like we've said before, you go from light colors to dark colors. So this wall is going to be just a little bit of raw sienna. Okay.
And what?
And a little bit of burnt sienna. So I'm going to put this right across here. And a straight line across. It hits a couple of these umbrellas. Hop over the umbrella. I'm going around that umbrella. There's a figure I have in there I think I want to keep. Okay, and then you see some rocks back there. I don't know what I'm doing with those. Do you see the rocks back there?
Oh, yeah, yeah, there's definitely rocks back there.
Yeah, but I don't know whether I'm going to get in. I don't know whether I want to get into making rocks. We did rocks in California last week, right?
What sienna is he putting on?
Burnt sienna.
Burnt sienna and raw sienna.
Rose yellow.
Judy, do you have a notebook and a pencil? You could write the.
Funny you should mention it.
Okay, so I'm going to leave that where it is. Okay, now I'm looking at this building on the right, and I know it's sort of not the white one, but the one that's a little more of a sand color. But I'm going to inject a little bit more color to it. Some burnt sienna and raw sienna. And I'm painting what will be the lightest areas of those floors. So the whole damn thing is going to be, I'm going to add even a little bit of red in here, a little Windsor red, just to, okay, boom, boom, get some more red in there.
That's the burnt sienna and the raw sienna.
Yep.
Yep.
Now we're getting down to about the parking lot level here. Notice I have those angles because that's the underneath. That's going to come later. But
Right.
what am I doing down here? I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just... And I'm going to do a little... I do have a little picket fence down here. Maybe I'll carry this color down.
There's a few, yeah.
Okay, I'm not being very precise about this. And now I'm going to take the shadow side under the white building, and I'm going to add a little bit of ultramarine, a little bit of alizarin. This is where it's in shade underneath those overhangs. Let's see how we do here. Right there, good, yep. And I will later go back and do the windows, but right now I'm just doing the shade on the overhangs. The trick is to keep these things straight, so the building doesn't look like it's in an earthquake. Oh, and then you also see there's this angle here. There's a huge shadow
Yeah.
coming down, so I'm going to put that right in there. Right? And while I'm doing that, God, you got to do two things at once. I'm going to come down, and I am going to do
Defenses. Yeah.
it's short, long, so I have, okay, and then I have a little bit more of this, I guess, under here, and then I have out here, hope that looks like it lines up, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. No, I'm not going to do that. I think I'll stop right there. Let's leave that little bit of architecture for you guys to catch up.
Good, you're good.
Feel like we're gonna get those darks to help me with the drawing.
Right, we'll wait, we'll get them in.
Okay,
You can take this color right to the top because you're going to have a dark up there.
with this one.
Yeah, like just bring that color right up
Okay.
to that edge.
I didn't know whether to use the tape. A lot of times, you know, we would, you know, make the format and leave paper. So with watercolor, you're leaving your edge with your tape.
I take my paint right on the tape,
Yeah.
and then when I peel the tape off, then I got my right edge.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are those watercolors we've all seen where it goes almost to the edges. If you've got this irregular decal,
Yeah.
those are fun.
Yeah, it is nice to see.
Okay, you're right. You know, you just stop, don't feel like you have to keep fiddling around.
I know, that's my problem, yeah.
But you get the paint down pretty quickly.
That's how I end up ruining my website. I still feel like there's something I should be doing here though.
Well, we're ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come here, hold, just, go ahead.
You're not indicating any of the water in the background, the sea?
I don't see any, those are mountains. You mean,
We're at the beach.
I think, well, I don't think that would be way too high for water to be
All
up.
right, I see I've enlarged it, but it looks strange for the setting.
Like you and I have to go there and see it in person.
Maybe, well, Carol has been there, so she knows.
That's right.
Those are the Sierra Madre Mountains, and they're around the Bay of Banderas. So you get to walk on the beach and look across the water and see mountains, or turn your head and see the rest of the Pacific Ocean.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I go every year. I'll be there in February next year.
God willing.
Really?
Geez, and you put the little fences in. Gardening. That's tricky.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I did. Get to live dangerously in North Carolina.
Yeah, we've got to let that orange building dry before we put in the shadow shapes. You just don't want those things to start getting blurry.
Don't even Eric.
All right, I'm going to start in. I want to knock off these. Sheila brought up these distant hills across the back. Then once those dry, I can later put the palm trees on top of them because clearly those palm trees are darker than the mountains. So again, going from light to dark, I'm going to get a little bit of blue, a distant blue, a little bit of alizarin. Oh boy. Let me see. Sometimes I just put the color on and see how it looks. And I think that needs to be bluer. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to take it right across here. Right to the top of that wall. So I do have that white line there. And right where the mountains go into my greenery, I'm just going to take water so that I don't have a really, really sharp line. So there's that mountain thing. All right? Mm-hmm. Now what? Umbrellas. Mm. Okay. So, any artist will tell you warm colors come toward you. Warm colors being reds and oranges and yellows, and cool colors recede. For that reason, I'm going to make this umbrella near the front. I'm going to make it red stripes instead of those blue stripes. So here we go. I'm going to take my strongest, warmest color and put it in my nearest umbrella. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can, if you have an umbrella that you have at the beach, it's your favorite, your grandkids love it, then just paint whatever color you want. I'm trying to leave that stripe, but I just missed it. That's all right. Okay,
Excuse me, could you repeat the red you were using?
red.
Thanks a lot.
It was just red.
It's not really red.
Yeah, it is. It's Windsor
very
red. It's just, okay, and then this one back here,
Smack 'em.
I'm gonna put a yellow. Get that, Judy? This is yellow. Okay.
And you keep using a round tip for that, even though
Yeah.
it's better than to use an edge tip.
Yeah, I guess so.
Stripes.
There's the yellow one. And I don't know whether I will eventually put some reds in that orange one or not. Okay, so then I see one of these over here, kind of an aqua-y color. So I'm gonna put this, throw that blue with a little bit of yellow on there. And here's an umbrella that's sort of tipped toward us, so it's got a sort of funny angle. There we go, and I'll put some shadow shapes to it later. Let's go more of a cerulean one over here. I try to catch that drip right there. Okay. And then some. I really can't get into. I just don't. I can't do stripes on all those in the back. That would drive me crazy, wouldn't it?
Leave that for Ellen.
And maybe a nice yellow back here. So my colors, just got some random colors in these umbrellas. Not sticking to the colors in the photograph so much. Oh, there's a blue underneath there. And then I'll let you, yeah. So I'm gonna pause after I do these umbrellas and then. So it'll be mountains and umbrellas for the next step. Yeah, I've got a really nice, Mary, I've got a really, really nice, expensive,
Squirrel brush.
a sable brush. But the point is so sharp that I don't like it. I don't even put it out anymore. But it's the nicest brush I have.
Oh,
Most expensive.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these imitation squirrel ones that I bought. They're good.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, I like them. It was like $20-something for a set of 9.
Yes. They the Delgados?
No, Grabby.com. They're Chinese, but they're really good.
So we did the mountain and we're doing a bunch of umbrellas.
Mm-hmm. We certainly are.
So late to the party, then.
Okay, I'm going to start in on some of the darks in the buildings. I'll start with this sort of orangey building I put on the right, and then I'll get into some of the windows of the white one. We eventually will do the trees and then the people, and then we're done. So, but I want to try to get this. Try to get the dark. Ooh, I need it darker, don't I?
Where are we?
Well, the upper right. I'm going to put in a dark. This will be the underneath of those. See, Mary, the way I just outlined it, and then I just. And while I see it, I gotta put a little. I got some of these little things there. Then I'm going to do. Reload it. Here's the next floor down, angled. I can't get too hung up on these little spindles. Let's get a little more red in there. Okay, gotta reload the brush, a little bit more red. And down at the bottom here. What's going on down here? Okay.
That perspective's a little tricky.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take I'm gonna just block in some windows of these. You do want to have them sort of line up under each other. Ooh. There's the window next to the elevator. Let's put that one in there.
There's an elevator.
They make me laugh. I jiggle my brush.
Well, there is now.
He could just make this stuff up.
Yes, he could.
I am.
You're just leading the blind here.
And I am putting those windows even into the shadow over here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Ooh. Okay, I'm just finishing off the picket fence down here. All right, so we've sort of detailed up the buildings to a little bit, but we're not.
And you did whatever you could to make like a black.
Yeah, I did a blue and a red, made sort of a dark purple.
Mm-hmm.
I used my warm red, the Windsor red, instead of the alizarin crimson. I just thought, I guess we're in Mexico, I want the whole thing to feel hot.
How you doing, Judy?
You didn't hear me, okay, I'm just speechless, let's put it that way. How's that?
She came in like a lion, now she's a little lamb.
I'm
Yeah.
trying.
Well, she was a
Yeah.
dancing machine last night.
You know what my painting teacher used to say?
No.
Those who were out the night before, he who dances with the fiddler pays the price or something.
Can I get in here for something?
Oh, he who dances must pay the fiddler.
Okay, I'm gonna start in on the greens now. It's a lot of, it's a jumble. I do see edges of palm trees, but there's some other light yellows down at the bottom. I can't quite tell whether they're bushes or what's going on, but it gets a little hectic down there. Anyway, okay, so here we go. We're gonna take some new Gamboge yellow or Oriole. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna grab a couple colors there. Okay, no, that's too. Okay, I'm just gonna throw some. No, I gotta get. I'm getting close to that umbrella, so I gotta. See, Steve, I've got a yellow umbrella and I got too much yellow in this green. I gotta be careful here. Okay, so I'm gonna take my green. And while I'm near that, I'm gonna take. Put a little ultramarine blue right there, cut it. Bring this all the way down to this rock wall here. So I've outlined my umbrella. Whew, I got a big dribble-like line here. Bring it right across. These are kind of palmy things going up. Just want to make a real irregular edge. Okay, now get this yellowy tone. I need some nice light yellows in here. No, wow. Again, I'm hardly doing anything but just plopping color down. Now, while I've got the colors in here, I do need to
Cut in the fence.
cut in the fence. And I see a
Mm.
little thing there. I'm gonna go dot. Oh, I think I've got to go darker. Okay, dot, 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 dot. Dot. Okay, a little bit of that. Okay, now come on, let's go. I see these palm trees, new gamboge and ultramarine. I'm gonna start right at the top here, go up. I'm gonna use my brush to make these fronds. Catch the rhythm of that thing. Here's another one. And I'm going to have some of this overlapping the condo building or hotel, whatever it is. Gonna grab a little bit of red in the center of this. It seems a little bit, right in the center, it seems a little bit darker. How are we doing here? Let's get that new gamboge again. Okay, so get a little bit of R in there. That doesn't look so bad, right?
No, good choice.
Just putting a little texture in there. Okay, so we got some more trees in here. I'll do my lighter yellows first. Come on. I said lighter yellows first. Uh-oh, somebody's calling me. I can't do anything about it.
It's very easy to lose your place.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's why you need to get drawing under there.
Yeah, but sometimes the drawing disappears with the water. Yeah.
I see a little bit of red coming up through here.
It drives you crazy sometimes. But it's a good crazy.
That's bad. Steve, come over here a sec. Come on. My throwing the red into the middle of the tree. Maybe a little bit too much, but it gives you the dark without throwing blue in there every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great effect.
Especially in the middle of these things, they're kind of dark. I have a little bit of red in there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Sweet, nice.
yeah, don't be afraid of it.
Okay.
Okay, I think I've sort of done my.
Wow, very cool. Wow, amazing.
Remember, we're just suggesting. You know, we're not trying to do every little. Okay, so the greens are kind of outlining your umbrellas and locking this area in. Getting a little bit of texture. This looks a little lonely out here. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Ooh.
The greens, right?
Yeah.
And green is, you're mixing green to do what you usually do,
Yeah.
right?
Start with the yellow, add blue into it. If the yellow looks a little too sweet, I add the raw sienna, which kind of deadens it a little bit.
Oh, your yellows were
Start with new gambos.
Okay. It's not like you were getting into cadmium or anything.
No, I don't use cadmium, but you certainly can. Oh, all that's left is the people, huh? That's what we've been looking forward to.
Oh, yeah, right.
Use raw sienna too, right?
Yeah. Raw sienna in the greens.
Good.
Don't overmix your greens. Get some yellow, almost pure yellow on your brush.
Yeah.
Put it on the next guy, and then add
More
blue
meat
into
to
it.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you know,
Alright.
yeah. Then you get color within color, and
Kind of blends itself.
yeah,
More naturally.
you let it blend on the page.
Yeah.
But you got to be confident in what colors are going to mix. But you got that figured out.
You okay?
I didn't crunch anything. Exactly.
disaster.
So what's interrupting this building from this is some more green, so,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So we'll pull it on over. Hopefully. Let it be sort of a dark green so that the white pops out.
Ned, I need to sign up because I have an 11:30 call, but I will see you on Wednesday.
Okay, great, Carol. Thank you, and thank you for the photograph. Perfect.
Yeah. I'll send a bird's eye view so you can see the water and the mountains.
Okay, great. I'll put that in the slideshow.
We'll send them out to Mexico tourism.
All right, so I've got one step to do before we get to the people, and that would be to do that dark water line that cuts through everything, and I gotta be careful with the color of that. I don't want to make it too dark as the buildings. It's not. I really don't know what color it's gonna be. Okay, I just grabbed a ultramarine blue and a Windsor red. I'll just throw that on and see what it looks like. Okay, let's get a nice big brush here. Ultramarine and Windsor. Okay. Again, this is the ocean coming up. Well, this is not ocean, this is just where the water came up and made the sand lighter or darker. I kind of like that sparkle down here. I'm going to put another little section there. Okay, and a similar color. Again, I'm using Windsor red today instead of the alizarin. Will be some of the shadows under the umbrellas. Little tote bags in there. There we go. And now the people. I'm start dropping them in. I get a different brush.
So the beaches, Windsor, are the. Yeah. Whoop, that's Windsor and.
Ultramarine.
Oh. Is regular red comparable to Windsor?
Yeah, yes, it is. So I got a guy down here carrying an umbrella. Okay, this guy's clearly leaning forward. Somebody else is sitting here reading a book. Got a little cooler over here. Oh, a couple more little people that I can hear. Found.
Doggy.
And I'm going to put a little bit of shadow on some of the umbrellas. Where the side of that umbrella is a little darker.
One of the interesting things about Carol, was it Carol? Her photograph?
Yeah, yeah.
The sun had affected the way the camera, the sun had already started to blur stuff. The heat.
Really?
Yes. If you zoom in on it in your computer, you'll see it. Actually, you can see it in my print.
All right, so just on the sides of the umbrella away from the sun, I'm putting a slightly darker tone of the umbrella itself to make them look a little bit more 3D. And I have those rocks in the background, which I never really decided what I was going to do with them, so knock them down a little bit. Okay, so what's the last thing we always do on these, Bill? Anyone?
The dogs? So you're talking about?
The splatters, right?
Splatters.
Look at the splatters.
I still haven't
Get your
designated.
toothbrush out and,
I know, right?
Just getting that little beach thing there. I just don't want to get too much into the sky, but I do want to get a little texture down here. And it's hard to know when to stop. Oh, see, I'm getting them all up here.
Just look at your watch.
I'm getting them all over my computer. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll pick this piece of paper up, hope I didn't mess too much up. So, just that area was a little bit flat looking, so
Yeah.
put a little bit of texture in there. And hopefully, then you get dots where you don't want them. There you go. I got them all over my computer. So the figures are really just silhouettes. Just somebody's sitting with their knees up, somebody's lying down, somebody's got a book in their hand. You gotta invent it.
top is nice,
This looks nice?
and the silhouette, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Not as far as where Ned is, but I'll get there tomorrow.
Yeah, don't rush it.
Nope.
If the paint is wet or if you're feeling a little fatigued, kind of let it go.
Yep.
Oh,
You want to say that again?
What's that?
No, I'm just playing.
It's beautiful, it came out really beautiful,
Thank you, Karen.
very nice.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. I love it.
I need to go down to Mexico to hawk it on the beach, right?
mm-hmm.
There we go. Looking like something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop my recording, but people will still be
I
on.
know, that I'm not sure, like, see how the look at. That may have to tone it down. That's what I'll do. Yeah. Yep.
Is that sort of finished?
Yeah, yeah. You can move my thing up too if you want, though. I'm not.
Oh, you stopped
I'm
it.
done. Yeah.
Oh, so the Zoom is cut off?
Well, my recording is done.
Oh, but the Zoom is still going on, yes.
The people are still there. We're just you can chit chat.